Today we are getting our life together. Life together. Hi guys, if you're new here, my name's Amy and I post homemaking, motherhood and cleaning videos weekly. So if that's something that you enjoy, you might like to consider subscribing to this channel. But no pressure, a little bit of pressure, but not much. So we have got a massive day today. We're going to be doing some cleaning of the living room because, oh my gosh, it really needs it. We've got a pile, and I mean a literal pile of laundry to do, which is going to be fun because Ren is going to be helping us. So we'll see how that goes. And also we're going to be doing a healthy pregnancy lunch. And Johnny, I can't believe this, my oldest son, he is turning 11 and he's asked for a mint choc cake. So we're going to be doing a mint choc aero cake with marshmallows as well. So I'm excited for that, but a little bit nervous. I have made one before and it turned out so, but I've got a new technique that I'm going to try with this one. So I'm excited to share that with you guys and hopefully he likes it. We're also going to be wrapping a bunch of presents. Okay, it wasn't a bunch of presents. He's got a few presents, but he's got one present in particular, which is really cool. So make sure that you hang around to the end to see what we got Johnny and also to see how his cake turns out. I've had a bunch of boxes sitting in my house for weeks and they're all full of baby stuff. So I'm excited to show you guys what has come. I actually can't completely remember, but I do know that there's some things to create a bottle station. I want to create a little bottle prep station for the baby in the kitchen. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys and hopefully you'll get some inspiration and motivation if you've got a little one coming or if you just need to get some stuff done around the house. It's going to be interesting to see if we can get this all done in time. I hope we can. Massive day, let's get to it.
So we're starting today with unboxing the baby things that I've had sitting in my house for such a long time. I couldn't even really remember what was in some of these boxes, which is always fun. It's sort of like Christmas morning unboxing things that you don't remember what was there. But I've got some binkies here. I've got a couple of different types of binkies. That was just one type. And then I decided to get a new blanket for the baby, and we've also got some food containers to store any homemade baby food in. I'm going to start the baby off with homemade baby food this time. I tried to get Ren into it after he had been having store-bought baby food, but he just could not get into it. So I'm hoping if I start with the homemade baby food, then that'll work. And then I've got the Philips Avent bottle warmer. I was really excited about getting this one and I'm really glad that I did get it. It was a little bit more expensive than some of the others, but it is really stylish and I found that it does heat up the water really well to a good temperature. I've been trying it with Ren's bottles and it's been good and it looks really nice on the kitchen countertop. It's the ones that they use in the hospitals, so I really trusted the brand and the style that I got, so I will leave a link in the description for that for you guys as well. And I knew what this one was because it wasn't in a box. Well, it wasn't a box, but you could see what it was from the front. So it was a 3-in-1 UV sterilizer. I can't even remember now why it's 3-in-1, but oh yeah, that's right. It sterilizes, it dries, and then it also has got a function to just keep things sterilized, I suppose you would say. But I got it from Kmart. It was a really good price. It was $100, and compared to other UV sterilizers, that really was a fantastic price. And again, I have tried it a few times and it is working, seems to be working really well. I'm really glad that I got it. The dry feature does take quite a while. It takes about 50 minutes, but the sterilized feature is only about 11 minutes. And again, it looks really nice on the countertop and it holds tons of stuff as well, which is wonderful. I used to use a microwave sterilizer and that worked just fine, but I know that using the microwave uses quite a bit of power and also doesn't dry things, and I would just always have the big microwave thing sitting around looking ugly. So We bought this and definitely I have so far not regretted it. So I'm just setting up a little bottle station right now, just to be able to prep bottles really easily. I'm assuming that I will need to prep bottles because both my other kids were bottle fed, well, mixed fed, I should say. So yeah, I'm just assuming that this baby's going to be, but even if they're not, it's really good just to be able to sterilize bottles for breast milk and binkies and toys, and then of course heat up any cold or frozen milk as well. And here we are making a healthy pregnancy lunch. I went to the doctors and discovered that I was, or midwife I should say, and found out that I was very, very low in iron. So I've decided I need to just eat a bit healthier, eat lots of greens. I didn't have any red meat in the house, but I did have some greens and some chickpeas and some various things that had a decent amount of iron in them. So we are just trying to make something good with iron. So we're starting off with some quinoa in the rice cooker. Nice multicolored quinoa because it just looks good. So of course I've got some spinach because spinach is quite high in iron. And spinach just always makes a really good salad base, I find. And it's handy that it comes in a bag. You can just grab it. It's pre-washed, but I still wash it and chuck it in a bowl and it's great. And of course some cucumber. I'll often find that running around after a toddler makes it really hard to stop and actually make something healthy, but this definitely was a bit of a wake-up call that I really needed to focus more on my health because it was also impacting the baby, and also obviously I want to be around and be a healthy mum for Ren and the next baby, and of course my oldest son Johnny and myself. So I'm popping in some apple cider vinegar and a little bit of Paul Newman's and a little bit of olive oil as well. And I've crushed some lemon in there. So lemon does apparently help you absorb iron. So when I am low in iron, I do always try to add a little bit of lemon to my food as well, just to help absorb as much as possible. And these little cans of chickpeas are just fantastic. They come with flavoring in them, so they just taste good from the get-go, and they're perfect for salads. And a nasi pear, these are so delicious. They're kind of pricey, so I don't buy them very often, but they're a nice little treat. Finally, I'm just making a little cup of baked beans just because it's cold and I feel like I need something warm as well. And it just helps fill me up. This does seem like quite a big lunch, but honestly, when you've got a lot of greens, there's not a ton of calories. So you can eat more, which is another bonus. And there we are. Oh my gosh, that looks so tasty. I wish I could eat it again. It was really, really good. It just nourished my body and my soul and made me really feel like I was doing something good for the baby. And here we go, mountain of washing. This was actually quite nice just to put on a show. I'm sure it was some true crime thing. That's right, it was a true crime thing I was watching. I try to find ones that are not too inappropriate for Ren, and often I'll turn it down and put subtitles on so he can't hear it, but I still can follow along. And oh my gosh, here we go. Doing laundry with a toddler is often hard, but it definitely is more fun. It's rare that I let my laundry really pile up like this. I try to do it as soon as it comes out of the dryer, but honestly, I've just had so many medical appointments lately. We've had so many issues with this baby. So yeah, it's been really hard to stay on top of laundry and housework in general. You know what, guys? That's totally fine. If you're a mum, your house is going to get messy. Even if you're not a mum, your house is going to get messy. Things are sometimes not going to be done, and that's okay. Like, at the end of the day, it's not the most important thing in the world. Really, your health and happiness and the health and happiness of those people around you is far more important than always having 100% tidy house. Lately, I have been looking at getting some of those clothing storage boxes that divides clothes. I often find that my cupboards just get so messy, things fall down, it gets nuts no matter how many times I organize it, and I think that they could really help me. So if you guys have ever ordered or have any kind of clothes separators, clothes storage, please let me know in the comments what you think of them, if it's something that is worth getting or not. I used to fold all my shirts Marie Kondo style, if you know that method, but yeah, in this case, or these days, I don't really do that. I just tend to fold and put away because I find stuff gets messy no matter what. So it's like, why spend the extra time doing it if it's just going to end up messy anyway? But I'm hoping if I have those clothes dividers, it'll just keep things really nice and also just organized and easy to access. So if I do decide to order them, I'll of course do an organization video for that as well.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams.
Definitely when I was getting towards the end, I was pretty over it, and I just kept finding little bits and pieces, little socks and things that weren't done. I don't even know why I bother folding up his blanket. I suppose it's fun for him to tear apart.
You just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be.
I love it when I leave the camera running and I can see what Ren got up to when I went away. He's really into doing his yoga pose at the moment. It's downward dog pose. Maybe he was a yogi in a past life. And as you can see, it's not super neat in here, but it's not too bad at the moment. And now it looks like we need to do some vacuuming and a bit of a tidy of the living room. I find the living room is one of those rooms that is just constantly getting messy, which is always in it, and of course Ren's little play area is right next to it, so toys naturally spill over. And if you're wondering what vacuum I'm using, I use a Hoover vacuum, Zenith. That's right, I use a Hoover Zenith stick vac, and I find it absolutely wonderful. It comes with a HEPA filter as well, which is super handy because my little boy does have bad allergies. I have tried to link it before, but I can't actually find it on US Amazon site, so I'm really sorry guys, but if you do happen to come across it online somewhere, Hoover Zenith vacuum stick vac has worked really well for me. But oh my gosh, this baby has given us so many scares. We thought that it might have Edwards syndrome at the start. There was a really high chance of it, but luckily it turns out that the baby did not have Edwards syndrome. Not many babies survive having Edwards syndrome, so we were really, really nervous about it and just so relieved when we got that call from the doctor saying that everything looks okay. But then after we got that call, I had a scan and they thought the baby's head was too small, but luckily the baby ended up growing just fine. And then the baby was also having some heart issues. So, oh my gosh, it's been definitely a rough pregnancy, and I'm just looking forward to this baby hopefully coming out happy and healthy. Woohoo! Last vacuum. And the place is already looking so much better. Thanks for your help, Ren. Some disinfectant wipes that I bought. I don't usually buy disinfectant wipes, but I thought with the baby coming I might grab some, and I just wanted to try them out. And geez, they smell really good. They're apple ones. They were super, super affordable as well. And these tables are kind of, I hate these little side tables. They're really easy to walk into and they fall over, and I just do not like them. But honestly, I just have not been able to find some affordable side tables. Might be a thrifting trip possibly. And yay, everything is looking so much nicer. I know it's not going to stay that way for very long, but it is nice for now. And Ren also had fun helping. He loves to help with the cleaning. I think it's really great if you can get kids involved. So here we go. We're making a cake for Johnny's birthday. I can't believe that he is 11. It is going to be a mint choc marshmallow cake. He always wants a mint choc cake. I did manage to make one last year, but it really did not turn out all that great, I gotta say. So I'm going to change up how I'm doing things this year. I am just starting with a packet. Honestly, it is probably, I would say, more affordable for gluten-free cakes to start with a packet. I think this one was only about, I'd say $3. Comes with frosting and everything I need, and really a bag of flour. Gluten-free flour is about $3.50. So not too much difference in price, but if you want to make it from scratch, that's fine too. And Ren loves it when I bake cakes. He loves to come and watch, and he loves to help. And often I'll just give him a little bit of flour or something to help me as well. We've got this little learning tower that he stands on, which has just been one of the best things I have bought. He just loves to be involved in it. I think kids always love just to be able to see what's going on in the kitchen. So one of the little tricks I do is I like to actually bake some little mini marshmallows into the cake itself. It just really, I don't know, it just adds something to it. Adds some flavor, adds some sweetness, and adds a little bit of texture. So next I'm going to make the mint frosting. So pretty easy. I'm making this from scratch. I'm just doing some butter and some icing sugar with a little bit of milk. And then we've also got some mint flavoring. And just to make it kind of cool, I'm making it green. So some green food dye. found that a little bit too watery, so I'm just going to add a little bit more, what do you call it? Sugar. Icing sugar. That's what it's called. I'm getting a lot of green splatter everywhere, but I don't know, it's that cool kind of Nickelodeon slime green color, if you guys are of that age, era. So I'm making the chocolate frosting, which came with the cake mix. So I'm just whipping up some butter and putting the chocolate frosting mix in. And I'm giving some to Ren to have a little play with. Again, he just really loves to feel involved. I think it's really nice for kids to smell the different smells and feel the different textures and make themselves feel more involved in the process. And I always add some extra butter into the frosting. I actually don't use butter. I use this thing called Nutlex. I don't know if you guys have it in the States, but it's like a plant-based type butter. I definitely prefer to use real butter, but other people in the household like this stuff, and yeah, so I just use it. So while we're waiting for the cake to bake, I'm going to wrap Johnny's presents, and I'm excited to show you guys what I got for him. The first present that I got him was some new bed sheets, which sounds like a weird present to get, but they're really nice ones, and he has a lot of allergies, so these are ones that will hopefully help reduce his allergies, and it's the sheets that I hope that he'll keep for many, many years to come. And to be honest, it's really hard to find things. I don't know if you guys have boys around this age, but it's so hard to actually find physical stuff to give them. They tend just to want like games that they can just order on the computer, but they still really like to have things that they can unwrap. So having some more practical gifts works really well. Next I got him an hoodie. It is the sloth hoodie, and he's been wanting one for such a long time. He has no idea that he's getting one. All his friends have them, so he'll be really excited. And again, it's just one of those kind of more, I don't know, practical gifts that is perfect for a 11-year-old boy. Plus we also live in a cooler climate, so yeah, it just works well. Yes, we did get Starlink. Our internet here is not the best, and everything that I do, everything that the kids do is online, so we're always having internet troubles. So we did decide to get Starlink. There was a really good sale, I'm telling the cat off there, for us here in Tasmania. So we just bit the bullet and got it, and Johnny's been wanting it for a really long time. So again, it was the perfect practical gift, which is kind of a whole family gift. And Johnny's favourite colour is orange, so we got him this cool little orange mug because he loves to have hot chocolates. And it was the perfect mug for him to, yeah, have his hot chocolates in. Johnny is having a actual birthday party at a later date, so it's not really a party, but I'm just going to blow up a few balloons just to make his day feel special when he gets home from school. Cool, so back to our cake. So we're going to iced the cake with the chocolate frosting to start with. Honestly, if I was making this cake again, I probably would have done a double cake and put frosting in the middle as well, but with a toddler and everything, it's kind of hard. So I just did what I could. And I actually used blue sprinkles because I could not get any green ones. They were out at the supermarket, but blue worked well. So, okay, you guys, this is where it sort of fell apart. It's supposed to be a 11, but I didn't really cut the bag very well. I've never actually done that kind of bag stuffs with frosting. So yeah, I gave it my best shot, but honestly, it's just gonna taste great and be eaten. And I'm putting some Aero on there as well, which Johnny really loves, the mint choc Aero, and it just looks kind of cool on top. So yeah. And I'll tell you guys what, this cake tasted absolutely amazing. The mint wasn't too strong and the chocolate and marshmallows worked really, really well with it. It definitely got eaten really quickly.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want more of this type of content, I post weekly homemaking, cleaning, and motherhood videos on this channel. So hit the subscribe button for more content like this. And remember guys, life is short, life is now. And the raptor. Oh, all right. I feel like Robin Schabatsky.